Let's do some, yeah, that's not going to work. Let's do some testing here. Need more space. Space, 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 space. Always, 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 always more space needed or requested, I say. More space. Because when I stand, you need to see what I'm doing. So thanks for being here. Getting ready. There's a few minutes before we get started. Oh, it's just never enough. It's never enough. Ever, ever, ever. Ah, phone. Flavia. Okay, grab your water, grab your mat, grab your things, grab, 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 grab. Take what you need. And your props. No music. No music for this class. Just body and breathing to allow you to welcome yourself to your space. To your space. So, this is evening Hatha, yoga for all bodies. I'll be back here, so I won't see the chat. So, I'll look at it after. But this is a 45-minute evening Hatha class for all bodies. Adapt as you need using your props, whether it be blocks, pillows, blankets, straps. We're going to get more into a little studio style. This is something that's been kind of flowing and coming up for a while now. And what it does is it allows you to really get to memorize and learn the poses, and also memorize and learn and go through the names, starting to get, just working the memory. So yoga, that is one of the things with yoga, is that it does encourage and help with our memories, and also allows us to welcome ourselves to this present space. We're aware, we're focused, we're moving with intention and our breath. So we're noticing how our bodies are moving, what they're doing. Where is our arm? Where is that moving? What is the body capable of today in this moment? Don't worry about the last class. Don't worry about yesterday. Be here in the now, and you may surprise yourself. You may notice that your body feels or works different than it does right now than it did at another time that is no longer here. And just each day, each time, each class can be so different, especially depending on what you've done during your day. So I did weightlifting last night, and I could tell the difference today in my practice. I also worked on inversions yesterday, so I could tell the difference in my practice today. So don't forget to take those rest days. Use a day of a gentle class and movement, or meditation, or just a day off. Can be just as important as going through yoga. We can get in this mindset of I have to do this all the time. You don't have to do anything all the time. Moderation. I have friends who are weightlifters. They're in weightlifting and muscle building and competitions. And they tell me all the time, a lot of them, unless they're really getting ready, but a lot of them will do prep. They will have specific routines, some very strict. And one particular, he tells me all the time, I only lift like 3 days a week. Like that is his maintenance. That's how he works with his body. And he works different muscle groups, different things, 3 days a week. That's not to say, maybe on the fourth day he's doing a little bit of cardio, or maybe on another day he's having a meditation or stretch, because he talks about stretching because his muscles get so stiff. But those days off can be just as important as the days on. So take what you will from that, kind of align with what settles and resonates with you, and let's get started as we move through, as I said, more of the studio style. You don't have to pay attention to the video. Come into center in mind of what you are doing, where your body is going, and I'm just here to guide the way. So we're going to start in a seated Sukhasana, easy pose, crisscross legs position. If you're adapting this to chair, modify as you need. And we'll start with just bringing attention and awareness to our breath. You could have a hazy gaze or closed eyes. Inhaling, exhaling, breathing in, breathing out. As you're breathing, lengthening, connecting the tail to seat or to mat, lengthening the spine, your crown growing tall. This is a more gentle practice, evening hatha, to calm down, to wind down, to let go of the stress, let go of whatever is not taking place right now. Be here with me, with the gratitude that I have for you allowing me into your space. And breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. Breathing into the body. Noticing if there's any tension or tightness caught anywhere. Exhaling it out, releasing. Welcoming these cleansing breaths as you do so. Cleansing breath is inhaling in through the nose. Deep, full breath. Exhales, cleansing, releasing out through the mouth. Find your cleansing breaths. Maybe take another one with me. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Release. You could even have a sigh. Let it all go. Find a couple more cleansing breaths in your seated Sukhasana. All right. Release. We're going to work within our Sukhasana a little bit today and seated to find new ways to open up the hips, gently exploring the body and welcoming some upper body twists and movements also. And the biggest thing is here, there's no rush, no worry. Gentle hatha, which means we're using vinyasa moves. We're using asana or some moves from Ashtanga yoga, some cat cows, some uttanasanas, some boat poses and things. But there's we're balancing the body still, but we don't have that rush of we don't have the sun or moon salutations. We're not flowing through, four breaths. Inhale here, transition, move, exhale here. Inhale here as we're moving and transitioning. We're really coming into the feel of our body. We're slowing the practice down and we're still going to balance ourselves out. There's there's no routine kind of pattern where vinyasa, asana, where that sun salutation, you have it, you move through it to warm up your body. This, we're taking our time with hatha, breathing, releasing. You'll get there. So take your time, no rush, no worry. We're gonna just welcome ourselves to bring awareness to the right leg, extend and lengthen, adapt as you need in your chair. We're gonna welcome the left knee close into chest. We're gonna keep it on that left side. So we're gonna flex that right foot up towards the ceiling or sky. I had glitter on the bottom of my feet, don't mind that. So extend and lengthen that leg away. And focus growing tall here in your spine. So we're going to use the support of our lower body. We're going to wrap the arms around the left shin, bringing in that left leg nice and close, growing through. The shoulders are low away from the ears. And breathe here as you grow tall. This is going to stretch the spine, put a little pressure on the center and belly. Move those organs around. They can move. You can close the eyes if you wish. And breathe, keeping that body forward. So keeping that left leg in line. Adapt if you need. You could bring it in a little bit closer for a little more pressure. If that's too much, go back, a gentle, calming hatha. You could release that foot a little bit further if your body is requesting. If you're on seat, you could bring that foot onto the seat with you, but please be cautious. Breathe a few more breaths, inhaling, exhaling. at your own pace and time. Flexing those toes towards ceiling and sky, the knees straight on that right side. If you did the opposite leg, that's okay. We'll balance out. We'll do both sides. All right, we're going to allow that left leg to loosen a bit. So we're going to take that left foot forward beside that right leg. We're going to lift up that right leg. We're going to cross it over. So we're taking a seated pigeon. This is a variation of pigeon, or you could call it, some people call it our figure four. So depending on what you'd like. Now option, you could place the hands where they feel, or for support, you could have the fingertips pointing forward or out behind you. I like to have them behind me because then it's can use as support, so my fingertips face away. And then I like to get in real close to welcome a hip opener here. So the further your left foot is from your body, the more gentle the stretch. But otherwise, it's getting into hips, glutes, that right side. The closer your left foot is as that right leg is crossed, or the more you put a little support, lengthening the spine and back for the arms behind you, the deeper the stretch. Could also do this against a wall. Opening up through that lower body. So putting a little pressure there on the core, on the center, massaging those organs. And just allow that right knee, breathe into that right side. That right knee might want to fall out a little bit further as you open through, breathing in, allow all that tension and tightness to release through the exhale. If you don't want to use the upper arms and body behind you, you could always have that left foot away too. Or you could, just as we would on our spine, sometimes we take the hands and wrap them around underneath the thigh. You could do that here, kind of like a pretzel move. And then it allows your arm and elbow to push into that leg, or the hand to push out on that leg a little bit. Another way to stretch. So they're all going to get you a little bit further into the body stretching. Take another breath. And then when ready, gently release. You're going to allow that left leg to stretch up. Maybe get a little ankle circle or something there. Extend that right leg out. We're going to extend the left leg out. We're going to pull the right leg in. We're taking it to the opposite side. So if you reverse that and did your left side first, that's okay. Just reverse that. Left foot now. Toes flex towards the ceiling. That knee's long. Watch out if you overextend or if you hyperextend. Be cautious. Right knee comes into chest. Hands wrap around the shin. Grow long and breathe. And close the eyes. Inhale, exhale, breathe. You can pull it in a little bit more or keep it gentle. A few more breaths. Shoulders are away from the ears. It can be a little difficult to have the shoulders away from the ears when we do the figure four or the variation of pigeon, but yeah, work with it. We're focusing on the lower body at this time, so check in with that leg, make sure the foot, those toes, feel that awareness. Sometimes you let it go lax. I know sometimes I let mine go relax, but I coming back into that awareness, lengthening that foot, Toes are pointed up, feeling that stretch through that leg as it pulls away as this one comes in. Then when ready, maybe allow a little space. We'll take that figure four. And it may feel different on each side. I know for me, this side's a little bit tighter today. So I have my left leg across the right, my knee, my legs move different here. So there's the option, of course, to wrap around that shin. Ooh. There we go, that leg's very tight today. And just press into that knee, or there's the option. I can bring this foot in close, adjust. I could use the wall, start to open that leg out. Using my hands. So use your body. Breathe and stretch. I walked around barefoot quite a bit today. So I'm like, oh. Breathe. Let go, release. Focus on that lower body if you feel any tightness or tension. Breathe into it, cleansing breaths when you need. Take another breath. And when ready, release. That leg goes long. Take your time, no rush, no worry. Both legs go long. Make adjustments, shake anything out. Seated forward fold. Take your time going into your seated forward fold. So we're moving from kind of like a lower bodied staff pose a little bit. You're preparing your legs as if they're going into staff for this particular seated forward fold. Both feet are flexed towards the sky. As you inhale, you're going to lengthen, and exhale, falling forward. You're going to feel that stretch in the back of the legs. Place your hands where the body allows as you're stretching, breathing. Check in with your upper body as you fall into your forward fold. You should be breathing, inhaling, exhaling into that forward fold. I bring myself out of pose and alignment for explanations to help you come into that awareness. So as you're falling into that forward fold, if you need a little bend in the knees, take it. But as you breathe into that lower body and relax, you're falling deeper. Your upper body is resting on the lower body, your belly on thighs, possibly. If you're inverted in seat, make sure that seat is sturdy because you're going to invert possibly. Head's going to go over the lower body. But if you're on mat, listening to your body. So breathe and inhale, exhale. The more you practice, each day might be different. So you're going to feel it different. But work on no tension, no tightness. You're not really here to round. You want to lengthen. Inhale, exhale. That just means your muscles might be tight, or if this is new, you have to work at it. As you breathe, your muscles will relax. Will go further and deeper as you get in your practice. So continue, stay in your seated forward fold for another 5 or 7 breaths. Inhaling, exhaling. No need to look at anything, but maybe your vision is on the lower body or floor, or maybe the eyes are closed. Find those breaths. And when you're ready, release, roll up, unwind, let go. We're going to find seated spinal twist. So shake anything out when you're ready. Welcome that welcome that right knee back to chest. Cross it over the left leg. This time backstroke the right arm behind you. Left arm's going to cross body. Deeper twist. Our first stretch helps us move into this. Second stretch helps us go further in our practice. Find your breaths. Take any cleansing breaths you need. Check in with the arm this time, that shoulder away from ear. Then when ready, gently release. Take it to the opposite side. Back stroke. And release. Shake it out. Allow those feet to fall to side. Bend the knees. We're going to come up. You're going to find the back of mat. Remember, I mentioned studio style. So you're going to find your first balasana here. So you're finding to transition from that seated to balasana. Knees are aligned under hips. Then allow yourself to fall forward. So you're finding that balasana's child's pose. So your arms are going long on the mat. Your vision is face down to the mat, or your forehead is connected, touching mat. Stretch. Stretch in your balasana. Feel your arms stretching towards top of mat as your tail continues to stretch and relax over the heels. Feet are flat at this time. Find your breath in your balasana. I choose to stay with head raised so that you can hear me clearly. Find those breaths. Let go, relax. Welcome yourself to this present moment in space. Option to stay in this variation of balasana, or you have that option to take both knees wide. Your big toes are now touching behind you. You still have those arms long, and you still have your vision down on mat or forehead connected. So you're lengthening the arms. Your tail is still falling over the heels, stretching, lengthening long. Find your cleansing breaths. 3 cleansing breaths here to really release. Tap into awareness of the body and let go. Exhale through the mouth. Another one. Inhale, release. Cleansing breath. Let it go. One more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, cleansing breath. Let it go. No rush, no worry. Allow your knees to come in line with the hips again, so the big toes may not touch anymore. You're still in that balasana. You're going to lift the tail in this balasana. Now you're going to raise it, and then you're going to lift up onto your toes. Toe stretch here. Your tail can stay raised a little bit, so that's going to keep it a gentle stretch. Or as you're breathing, allow that tail to fall backward as the arms are lengthening away once again. So here, just breathe. Find your toe stretch. We're going to find our first downward dog. So you're in that balasana. You're going to raise the body, lifting onto all fours. You'll still be on those toes. When you're ready, you're going to take your downward dog. Find your first downward dog here. So you may notice your heels and your feet, where they touch, where they connect with the mat. Every stretch and warm up prepares us for the next. So your heels, see where they are, your feet connected, feet on all sides. The hands are still towards top of mat. Fingers spread apart, palms pressing in. Find your downward dog. Breathe and stretch. You're going to find another variation of pigeon. Bring awareness to that right foot. It's going to come forward. Knee out to right side. Back leg lengthens. Your hands and fingers still pressing into the mat. Inhale, exhale, then take your pigeon of choice. So adjust the body as it requests. And then either you can come down onto forearms, you could bring forehead down onto forearms, or you could find some sphinx arms. So playing with the body, you could play with it and see what works for you. Make adjustments as you need with the lower body. And something to bring into awareness here is as you find your other variation of pigeon, you may notice where your weight distributes. So see in the body where you want to take it is you want to have your torso, your hips even. So with that pigeon, your possibly taking that right hip back as you bring your left hip forward to balance it out. So adjust the feet, adjust the hips. You're going to feel that stretch. Another deep hip opener. Breathe. Then allow the hands to connect back to mat. You're rising the crown towards the ceiling and sky. We're going to lift up off that back knee. That right foot is going to go back. We're going to find a three-legged dog here. And then we're going to bring it down to a plank pose. So that right leg will reconnect. Knees, balasana. Find your balasana once again. You could have the legs aligned or take knees to each side of mat, big toes touching behind you. Arms are stretching, tails over heels. Breathe and stretch. When ready, bring those knees, if they would mat width apart, back in line with the hips, still be in your balasana. Then we want to still balance out, so we'll take that to the other side. You're going to raise and release from your balasana. Tail lifts off the heels. Find your flat, not flat, yeah, flat back, tabletop, and then find your downward dog. Take any movements that you need or that your body is requesting. Bring awareness. Left foot's going to come up for pigeon. Left knee out to left elbow or left side of mat. Hands are still pressed into the mat. Adjust your hips. Allow your arms to go where they may. Breathing into the lower body. Make adjustments as you need, depending on what kind of practice you're going for. Even in my gentle practice, I like taking moments that find heat, allow me to bring awareness into my body, what I'm working on, where my weight is distributed at. Find another breath in your pigeon. Then when ready, take another breath. Then arise, bringing those hands back to the mat. Fingers are spread apart, palms pressing into mat. Just take another moment here to adjust and sit in this pigeon and see if you can take your back leg a little bit further behind you while you balance out the hips. And then when ready, lift up off that knee, lift onto those toes. You're going to take that left leg back, find your pigeon, and then take it back to your downward dog. Find your breath, your stretch, and balasana once again. Find your balasana. You're inhaling, you're exhaling. Your knees are aligned with hips, or you have that mat width apart in your balasana. Breathe, stretch, lengthen. Maybe this one, since we did both sides, maybe you're taking more of a restful balasana. Just letting go, sinking into the ground, sinking into your mat. Your head is in a restful place. Breathe. Breathe and release. All right. When ready, we'll go ahead. We're going to allow the feet to fall out to the side once again. You're going to find your tail. Then feet are going to go out in front. Shake out what you need. Seated tree forward fold combo. So we're going to welcome the right foot close into thigh. And as you find your seated tree, think about still keeping that torso, that chest forward. So seated tree, bringing this foot in like we would in a standing tree. Opposite foot is flexed. When you're ready, we're going to inhale the arms through center up to ceiling and sky. The vision can follow. Exhale, forward fold. You're still folding through center. Your right arm on right side, your left arm on left side. The left leg is long. Breathe. Stretch. Let's hold here for about 5 breaths or so. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling the body. Find another breath, then gently rise, release. We're going to keep front leg long. We're going to undo the tree. So that right leg, we're going to take it back, forward fold once again. So now the right foot and leg are back. Left leg is long. Inhale those arms up once again. Exhale, forward fold. Cleansing breath. Check in with that leg, the foot. Make any adjustments that you need. Check in with the hips as you forward fold. This leg, if you need a prop underneath, use your props if it wants a little bend in the knee. Otherwise, you're just allowing that body to lengthen. Feel that stretch through the spine. Feel that stretch through the back of the leg, the groin. And you're focused once again on that torso. Facing forward. So it's coming flat down over the lower body. Find another breath. Then when ready, gently release, rising up. We're going to take all that to the opposite side. Be gentle, use the hands to support the lower body. Take that right leg out in front. Left leg comes in, so you have that left leg coming in for your tree. Inhale through center, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, exhale, breathe. When ready, gently rise and release. Right leg stays long, left leg goes out and back. So runner stretch here. Inhale, exhale once again, forward fold. Your muscles are like one big muscle stuck together. So depending on your day-to-day life and movements, you may notice one side is tighter than the other, one side is more flexible than the other, one side's more loose, different. It's checking and working with the body. Take your time breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Let go, release, and allow the body to naturally open and lengthen. Check in with the hips, the tail. Remember to breathe. And when ready, gently release and rise. We're going to bring both legs out in front, bound angle. Bottoms of feet connected, a little more space in between than a butterfly. Knees fall out to sides. You can kind of flutter your wings, then settle into your bound angle. Adapt or take it further as you wish. So you could stay here with your bound angle, take a tortoise pose, take a forward fold. Use your hands to press out on the knees, or if you'd like to take it a little further, this is not so much a gentle calming move, but if you're looking to open the hips, if you're looking to work on your flexibility, you can take some weights, being mindful of your body, of course, using the hands to support, and that's going to help open up those knees a little bit more while you're still keeping your feet possibly connected. You can also use water jugs. or just the hands themselves. So that is an option if you're looking for a deeper practice. Looking for that deeper practice. Find your bound angle and breathe. You're going to stay within the bound angle, extended breathing and pose to really allow you to let go here. Find another breath. Baddha Konasana. When ready, gently release and rise. Knees will come back up facing towards ceiling or sky. Let's welcome a gentle boat into the practice, and we're going to find time for extended Shavasana. So we're going to play with the boat pose a bit. So we're going to start first with one side. So we're going to leave the left foot connected to mat. We're going to raise and lift the right foot off the mat, knee still bent. We're going to allow that foot to actually be pointed and soft, because when you go up to extend, it'll be pointed. So toes are pointed, heels in, knee is bent, incline. It's always the word incline. I always want to say inversion. Incline, and the hands can go where you choose with this boat pose. This is going to think Pilates here for a moment. When you're ready, take a little breath, release, bring it back, switch, a gentle way to work the abs. Now, left knee's bent, left toes are pointed, right foot's connected to mat. Going back in that incline, arms are where you wish. Sometimes it's nice, I like to use the arms to check in and lengthen through my spine, and then go back, and I feel a difference. So that's me though. And you can also check in with your leg. Is your leg in alignment? So I did dance, whatever you want to call it. So I tend to want to tip my foot in, keeping that leg front. When ready, release, rise. Keep both feet connected to the floor. Find your incline in your upper body. Then when ready, breathe. And then lift both feet. Another breath, you got this. And release. Rise up. Now, take the hands underneath the knee pit, closer to the thighs. Lift up, find that incline, lengthen through the spine. Lift one foot, pointed toes. Bring it back down to just where it's going to align with the other foot. Bent knees, not back to mat yet. Keep it hovering. Extend and lengthen the other foot. Take it back, bend that knee, and extend that first foot away. Breathe, and on the opposite. You can continue with the hands connect under thighs, or release the hands, palms facing up, extended and lengthening. And extend and lengthen those feet. For your option to then, if you feel ready, extend and lengthen both legs. Check in with the legs. You want those feet aligned. Toes pointing away straight. No feet dipped in or out, just straight. And release. Welcome feet back down to mat. Rise up, take a breath. And when ready, you allow yourself to find your back. So, relaxing the body, finding your back, your head coming to mat. Take a breath here. Those knees are bent. Maybe you welcome the knees close into chest. Little massage on the spine, rocking back and forth or side to side. The knees circling away from center in either or direction. Continue to remain on your back. Take any side to side movements. Breathing, releasing, letting go. Find any last poses that are calling you. Maybe you just take a full body stretch, those arms going over the body, passing the top of the mat, the feet stretching away past the end of the mat. Take those last final cleansing breaths that we have in our practice. Close the eyes or welcome that hazy gaze. And when you're ready, welcome a transition from your movement in asana to stillness. Welcoming yourself to your space. Softening your body now, your spine, your tail, your feet, your legs, your arms, your hands, your crown, your head, everything melting into the mat. Inhaling, exhaling, going in for Shavasana, extended Shavasana today. Breathe, release, let go. What's done is done. You've made it through your practice. You've made it through your practice. Trying to get this chat out of the way. All right. Inhale, exhale. Great job today. Welcoming yourself to the space. Getting your practice in. It's the greatest thing, just continuing to move and flow, move and flow. Find those last few breaths. If you have time to rest and recover and stay within your Shavasana, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, start to welcome some gentle movements in the body, some wiggling or movements in the toes or the fingers. Taking any gentle full body stretches as the arms slowly move above the head once again, if you choose. Breaths of awareness, maybe you roll onto one side, rest there for a breath and slowly rise. If you would like to end practice with me, if not, stay within your Shavasana, no rush, no worry. We'll gently welcome the palms to our heart center or hand over heart, hand over belly. Taking a breath and an Om. Connecting us with the universe and Earth's frequency. May this flow ease you into the rest of your day with light, peace, smiles, and love. Namaste.